Or for the
I gotta keep turning this power light on thing too.
yeah. There we
There
go.
we go.
All right. So sorry for the creepiness here, the creepy look, but
And how my hair looks.
yeah, my hair. So we're here in Marietta, and
In the Lafayette Hotel.
yeah, and the power went out. How
Oh,
did you? How did your sister text you?
she was up and she said she saw the
She was up anyways.
power flicker, and then it went out. And she texted me and said, "Hey, is your power out? Like we lost all our power." And so I said, "Yeah, ours is out too." I heard the like click from the what do you call it? The message, because it's like silent in here. We have like nothing. Like you can't hear anything else. So
Yeah.
it actually woke me up. I was sleeping.
Yeah. So fallen angel, hello. How
Hello.
you doing? So Marianne woke me up and said, "Hey, the power's out. It'd
It's
be a good
perfect
time to do a EVP session."
time. Yeah.
So we did for about
Half hour.
yeah
Yeah.
about a half hour, and power's still out.
Yeah. It's going on 2 hours now, actually. In about 15 minutes, it'll be 2 hours that the power's been out.
So what happens when it's like early in the morning like this? Um, Marianne gets quite chatty, so Sean's probably not going back to sleep for a while. Yeah, yeah. So we're right on the Ohio River at the Lafayette Hotel.
Yeah. Oh, I switched things. I'll go back to there. Okay.
Yeah, and we said, I said, hey, let's just go live. Let's see who's out there awake. I see Fallen Angels awake. So
Yeah.
what do you got? What do you got going on? Just I don't know what time zone you're in, but yeah, it's a little. I don't want to say creepy. It's awful quiet.
Yeah, it's really quiet.
I never sleep. Okay, uh, it is awful quiet. So we're hearing every little creak and
Hmm. There for a while, I
strange
was
noises.
hearing things like out in the hall. And I'd look out in the hall, but I'm sure it was just somebody checking, make sure.
Go and watch the cameras on that side. I'm gonna open this window if it's getting stuffy in here.
Okay. Ah. So, anyway, oh, you could see where I ripped the skin off my lip. Don't tell anybody. It's a bad habit. So, yeah, we tested the door to check it out and see what was going on. You'll probably start hearing all the ducks now because we're like literally right on the river, and there's a whole bunch of them. They've been floating around there all day.
Too noisy.
It might be, especially with the power off. You know, everybody in the building will hear every little thing.
On our door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere there's a tripod.
Hello, Murad's Haunted Adventures.
Hello, hello, hello. All right, let me hold it.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll keep.
That's just like.
So yeah, we're Murad. We just were saying that we are in a haunted hotel where the power just happened to go off about 2 hours ago now. About 10 minutes or so. It'll be about 2 hours. So
There's a
yeah,
geese, Canadian geese.
Yeah, I hear them now.
What?
You moved the camera quite a bit.
I'm trying to. There we go. It's gonna be like shaky. But so yeah, we thought we'd just kind of pop on here live, see what's going on, see if anybody's out there. Look at my bag. Mine.
There it is.
Could slide that chair over here.
Is it that too?
Yeah, we did a quick little. Well, it wasn't little. It was a half
It's a
hour
half
session.
hour.
We
Yes.
played some of it back. Didn't hear much of anything, but didn't have headphones or anything like that. All right, hold on. I'm gonna put you on a
We're gonna put you
tripod.
on a tripod. We probably should have done that before we went live. But
Yeah.
it's okay.
There we go.
Details.
There we go. So it'll quit moving and people don't get motion sickness. There we go.
There
That's
we
better.
go.
What if we did? Stay on that light.
No, probably not. I'll have to like wake it up.
So what do you guys got going on? Fallen Angel was here. She said she never sleeps. Let's see if I could bring stream up. That will keep it going. Yeah, we didn't really have any type of plan or anything about a topic or anything to talk about, but is there anything you guys would like to talk about?
I say we do another session.
Yeah, we could do another session. Uncle Al,
How are ya?
you're up late too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do another session. You guys could see if we don't have a spirit box or anything, but well, we do.
We do, but we don't really.
I don't know if we have neighbors.
Yeah, I think there's somebody literally right across the hall that way, in that room across right from us. The 501 people, I think.
Are there?
I hear sounds out of that room every now and again. So, like earlier today and stuff. You guys need a blackout kit.
Blackout kit.
Yeah, we do. So we could see if Mr. Hoag is here, the former owner. Let's see if we can talk to him.
Well, that doesn't really make a good video unless he talks in the camera there. But
that's true.
All right, what else you got going on?
Do you have a digital recorder? You can see if anyone comes through. Yeah, we recorded a little bit ago. We didn't really hear anything come through. We heard a couple taps. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, we heard some tapping over here in this room. We're like in a suite, so the bedroom is over that direction, and then this is like a sitting room.
Yeah.
So over here we heard just a little bit of tapping and like a creak on the floor, but we're in the 5th floor.
Yeah, we're on the 5th floor. Should we tell them our room number? They're gonna come visit us.
No, not yet.
So
we'll tell them the room number after we get home.
Oh, okay. And so it's like a long room. Like they call it a suite, but it's a long room. It's like literally
like 2 rooms
really
put together
and long. Yeah.
Any history of the place? Do you know the history?
Briefly, I
What
mean,
if it's in that book? Where's that book at?
I don't know, but actually next to you on the floor.
Okay.
But there's a spirit of Mr. Hoag, who was one
Why
of
is
the
that so
former
far
owners.
over there? Jeez.
What's that?
It's so far out of the way.
It doesn't seem like
Go
it.
walk around and see if we can get that. Hold on, it's black right now. Hold on. We have a book. There we go. I think it's in this book.
Okay, so you can do history for that. Then from that in the book, I'll hold a light up for you. But anyways, I know that like Mr. Hoag is seen here throughout the building, and especially in the gun room, which surprisingly is a restaurant that we haven't been able to get into. We stayed here last night too, and well, the restaurant's been closed for private events the entire time we've been here, even for breakfast and everything. So that's interesting. But he's supposed to be seen in there, and he's supposed to be seen wandering around the building. He's supposed to whisper to like his employees, like in their ears and stuff like that. So I was thinking that maybe he's about doing that right now, whispering in their ears as they check on everything. That would would be my guess, anyhow. What else? There's I think things go missing, luggage gets turned out upside down, empty shampoo bottles get placed places. There's a spirit of a little boy in the basement who hangs out by the women's restroom. So I was just checking in the chat. Murad's Haunted Adventures says, wow, and Huntress of the Unknown is here and says hi.
This place is pretty.
And
we were here earlier and did a tour to that place right there. Oh, and green.
Oh, that's because there's probably
red.
Did it like go to auto night vision or what?
Like pink. That's called the Anchorage. We did a tour there earlier. That place is pretty cool.
Yeah. Die Bullfrog says we need clip-on mics.
Why you can't hear us? Well, we're trying to be quiet.
Yeah, we didn't want to wake our neighbors.
You guys having a hard time hearing us?
They have a lot of haunted places in Nevada, they say.
Yeah, we're gonna get out to Nevada at some point. Somehow. Maybe the conference will be there some year.
Never know. You never know. Murad says they can hear us fine. Die Bullfrog says, I can lip read a bit.
Well, you can't. Okay.
So what's everybody doing up? Where are you all at? Let's see.
It's a lot of insomniacs out there if you're in the Eastern time zone.
Yeah, it's about 2:30 where we are. So in about 6 minutes, it's going to be 2 full hours with no power in the haunted Lafayette Hotel.
That's it. Lafayette Hotel. Can you see? Do you have your eyes in?
Yes. I hate it when I turn it too much and then it switches positions on me. Huntress of the Unknown is in California, so definitely not too late back over there.
Yeah, I'll hold this for you.
All right, what am I looking for?
Questionable manager, I think.
Quintessential manager.
Oh, is that what it says?
Yes. The Hoag family bought and moved into the Lafayette Hotel in 1924 when the man we call Mr. Hoag was a teenager. Over the next several years, he learned the ins and outs of the hotel business, watching and helping his father manage the property. The young man eventually became the proud owner and manager of the finest hotel in Marietta. He was an astute businessman and an excellent hotelier. Under his guidance, the Lafayette blossomed into an elegant hotel and a very successful operation. He oversaw all the details, frequently walking the halls in the middle of the night to make sure everything was in order.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was who I heard walking in or talking in the hall. If he discovered a burnt out light bulb, he called maintenance to fix it.
Did you tell him about your sister?
I did not.
So, Marianne's sister, Joanne and Mark are here too. They're
one floor below us. On the 4th, yeah.
They actually heard their door open, and as if somebody walked into the
close,
room.
And then heavy footsteps. She texted me and told me, but they checked and their door is secure.
Yeah, nobody's in the room.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. They couldn't do that in here.
yeah. We're in here with the recorder and say, hey, come and communicate with us. And it's like,
they go down and hang out in her room.
I don't know. Sometimes we go with these different, like waves of stuff, like different time periods. Like it's been, well, since the planner has it, not the planner has it, Barnheisel. No. What's the one in Gerard?
Barnheisel.
Yeah. Since the Barnheisel house, we haven't really got any activity.
No.
We go in these waves where it's like, maybe for like a year or something. It's like we're always getting something, and then it's like nothing for a while. And we've been like all summer. I don't think we got much of anything. All the different places, and I haven't reviewed that one cemetery that I did an investigation in yet, but I don't know. It comes and goes, but that's just how it is in paranormal investigations.
Yeah.
Especially when you do it as long as we have. You have these dry spells where they don't know. I don't know if the spirits get like, I don't know, afraid to talk to us or something. I don't know. Anyways, where were you at?
Just.
No, that's pretty. Okay, right there, Mr. Hoag.
Mr. Hoag retired and sold the property in 1973. Died 8 years later. Nothing odd about his passing. His time had simply come. He did not die in the hotel either, but several people have.
Wait, right here. It's not LA Hotel.
It's not only hotel employees who think Mr. Hoag wanders the halls. Many local people who knew him believe he's still in his beloved hotel as well. They think he plays practical jokes on guests and staff, just as he did in life. So apparently he was a little prankster.
Oh, okay. So this is interesting. There's actually people.
There's a bunch of motorcyclists staying this evening. And this paragraph's kind of funny. It says, in the autumn, hello, it's autumn, a group of motorcycle enthusiasts checked into the Lafayette for the weekend. They took the ghost truck walking tour of the downtown on Friday night. One of the bikers could barely contain himself during the Lafayette visit. You have to rotate it again because the lights. Okay. He laughed and joked about Mr. Hoag's ghost the entire time. When Saturday night's tour arrived at the hotel, most of the motorcycle group was waiting in the lobby. They wanted to report on what happened overnight. After hours in the bar, they agreed to meet at 7:30 on Saturday and headed off to bed. The man who made the fun of Mr. Hoag's ghost was in a single room sleeping alone. He got into bed at about midnight. Before he turned off the light, he double-checked his alarm, which he'd set for 7 a.m. He had a hard time waking up the next morning. It was still dark and he was sleepy, but he knew his friends were waiting, so he got up, showered, and went downstairs. He stood in the empty lobby for several minutes before checking his watch. It was only 3:30 a.m. 4 hours later, when he told his friends what happened, they suggested that he was responsible. You were tipsy, said you set the clock for the wrong time. He shook his head, convinced that Mr. Hoag's spirit paid him a visit at midnight and reset his alarm to pay him back for joking about it. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, there's a motorcycle enthusiast here now, and it's fall, so
and the power's out.
Power's out.
Yeah,
that's kind of interesting.
I don't know why that one's not coming up, but that's okay. All right, so that's a little bit about the place and a little bit about Mr. Hoag.
Yeah, so
we're
not getting back to sleep anytime here.
Say hi since we were up. I know most ghost investigators would still be up doing this anyway.
Yeah.
Good luck in the hunt. There's something about next year. Somebody said something about next year.
No, I hit the wrong thing. Hang on. All right, let's do this again. Live chat. There we go.
Let's see here. Oh, Murad's is going to a meetup next year at the Stanley Hotel. lot of YouTubers want to come. We have been out to the Stanley once before. It's kind of hard. It depends on when it is. It's hard during the school year. We went out for my biology conference a couple years ago during the school year, but
Yeah, the conference was in Denver, so
we took
that
a
was a
little
busy
ride.
day. Wow, was that a busy day?
It was a very busy day.
So where are you at? Who said that?
Murad,
Murad. They said they were in Nevada,
Vegas.
Vegas.
Mhm. Holt or August? Oh, probably July or August. If it's July, that would be really good. Heavy Metal Madman. Hello.
There's no spirits. You just drank them all. Have you ever been up to the Stanley before, Murad? We've been to Denver twice, and I have issues when we go to Denver, like on the second or third day. And actually, this is, yes, I investigated. This is actually how we kind of got to be friends with Colorado Montini, who's in Colorado. I met her probably through Pusha or something like that, and I was asking her questions how she dealt with altitude. When I was out there the first time, it was like after the second day, I was pretty bad. I could hardly breathe, and then I was asking, oh, what are you supposed to do here? Because we're gonna be here for a couple more days. And they told us to drink told me to drink a bunch of water, and it did help. But when we went up to the Stanley, which would have been like day 3 or 4, I'm like sucking air bad. I could hardly breathe, and they were out of bottled water.
Yes, they were. I remember.
Completely out of
So
bottled
you were
water.
walking around. They kept
I'm
giving
walking
you
around with a
glasses
big
of
glass of
water that
ice
they
water.
kept pouring from the sink.
Yeah.
Yeah, Murad says they got to investigate the Goldfield Hotel too. That's pretty awesome. We have not gone. We haven't been there at all.
No.
Like even the town that the Goldfield's in, which I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But we haven't been there either.
You guys hear those geese?
Yeah, do you hear them? It's kind of like when we're at home when we have our frogs.
Yeah.
We always seem to attract the animal life out the windows. So anyway, we're gonna say hi. I don't know how long we'll stay on.
Typical YouTubers. Well, what are we gonna do? I don't know. Let's go live.
You knew me by my old channel, The Haunted Explorers. I've known you as Maraud's, so I've seen you around for that, but Sean might know you better as that. I know you as Maraud's. Of course, I probably pronounced it wrong, but
Are you Haunted Explorers on Instagram?
once enough you remember.
Haunted Explorers, yeah. So it does sound familiar. I think there's a Haunted Explorers on Instagram too, or maybe that's Haunted Travels. I don't know. I'm half awake.
Years ago. I just know him as Maraud's from recently. I'm a terrible person. I don't go out and about very much on YouTube. I'm just not good at it. I was not. Sean goes around a lot more than I do. He yells at me all the time. Oh, we're out of focus big time. There, that's better. So it says he was.
Just for a second. something out in the hallway.
So you used to watch us a long time ago. Very well. Thanks for coming back. As a different name.
Yeah, well, I'm debating when we come back again in season 3, which is actually going to start.
November.
Yeah, November will be season 3 for us. I'm thinking about another name change for us, going back to Our Haunted Travels. Debating. We have our new website that's up. It's ourhauntedtravels.com. Panic D is always going to be a part of what we do because that's the database and that's where we put most of the research and things like that. But yeah, I'm thinking about rebranding and doing Panic D Our Haunted Travels. I think originally we were Panic D Videos since 2010. And then I changed it to Panic D Videos Our Haunted Travels. And that name was like way too long. And everyone's like, you should be Paranormal History. So I changed it to Panic D Paranormal History. But, you know, we're a little bit, we do mostly history and things like that. But it's Our Haunted Travels. It's basically all the places that we've been. It's what the channel's about. So I don't know. It's all confusing. So many names, so many different. Yeah.
Rod says that next month they're going to be investigating the Nevada State Prison that closed in 2012. Thank you. They said they like our channel. So
Nevada State Prison. Boy, I bet you that was a rough place. Out there in the desert. Prison in the desert. That had to be rough. Yeah, I'm starting to group things on the new blog too. It's going to be kind of cool. Where it's going to be grouped by type. So like you can click on prisons, and it'll be all the prisons we've been to, or lighthouses, or churches, or cemeteries. Yeah, it's like a cross-reference thing, which is kind of neat.
I'm just learning this too.
Marianne's just a clickbait and a talent. Did you even know we had ourhauntedtravels.com?
Yes, you told me that.
Yes, you told me.
I went there once.
So what does the tech guy do when he doesn't have electricity and
he uses his cell phone
and can't sleep? I can't pop out the laptop and work on some stuff. Their Wi-Fi's probably down too.
I'm sure it is.
My internet acting up again. I'm sorry. I'm back now. Yeah, that happens.
It happens.
We're not able to go live from the studio. I have to go and figure out what's wrong with that. I think it's actually our internet at the house. I was not no more. Oh, what am I missing?
No, not that particular one keeps coming back up. That on the screen up there, the same comment keeps
saying
coming
the same
up.
thing.
Yeah, but in the chat, it's like well past that.
Oh, you know why?
I don't know.
That's why.
Oh.
I touched the.
Oh.
There we go.
There
Now I'm seeing the new chat up there. Okay.
Yeah, I kept seeing the same thing, and I'm like, I don't know.
I'd really like to bust out a spirit box session, but I know we're gonna get somebody pounding on the door. And the envelope says down in the car, completely on the other side of the building. Which, by the way, if you ever come to this place and stay, the Lafayette in Marietta.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice hotel. Parking, horrible.
It's not good.
Horrible parking. They have 1, 2, 3 3 parking lots, and you go park on the street. And 6 o'clock last night, everything was full. We had to park way down the street and walk down when we got back because they had a wedding going on. They had something else going on. There was an event going on in the restaurant, which was closed, and a wedding was going on. There's like no parking, and then it was only 2 hour parking, so I couldn't fall asleep because I had to go move a car
You
within 2
couldn't
hours.
take a nap.
We went down and we walked around the parking lot and found a spot. And Marianne stood there. I'm like, I'm going to get the car. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was like that yesterday when we were here too. When we got here, there was literally like 2 parking spaces in like the whole area.
Yeah. Parking's not
It's not
very well
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But
even though they have like multiple parking areas, there's not a lot of parking in them.
Yeah.
So they fill up really quick. So they like our Halloween episodes, and they liked our skeleton for Halloween.
Boris.
So they like Boris.
Yeah. Travel Boris is down in the car too.
Yes, Travel Boris is downstairs in the car.
Do you have any pictures with Travel Boris?
I did not take any pictures with him this trip.
So here's what we're gonna
We'll
do
have to do it
for
tomorrow.
October this year. Last year we did Clue
Clue
Tube.
Tube.
This year we're going to do like cemeteries and grave sites, some popular grave sites. Like we've been to the gravesite of Lucille Ball, so we'll do a video about that.
We already did all our presidents already, so we won't probably include them.
Unless we go to McKinley, which would be the 7th president we've been to. Oh, we could do Garfield's tomb.
Yeah, his is pretty cool. But we kind of go and hang out in cemeteries.
Yeah, so today we actually went to a mortuary museum.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be fitting for October. To fit in with that.
Oh, yeah, it sure would.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. If you've ever seen the movie Get Low, I said this earlier on the live stream, but the car that they used, the hearse that they used in that movie, it's actually in that museum. It's owned by Bill Peoples, yeah. And Chad was the guy that was our tour guide, and he was telling us a little background story about the movie. And Bill Peoples was actually a stand-in and actually drove the car because they trashed the transmission of this thing. Those hearses that they have, they had what? They had one, two, three, four, like 1930s Packard hearses. They were gorgeous. No, they had three
of those, but they had a 4th one, which was a carriage.
Yeah.
And then the ones that I want.
And then they had a Packard, was like a family car that was in there too that they were restoring, and then all kinds of different
embalming tables and
cooling racks, cooling tables, and
yeah.
that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll do a video about that.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Rod says, "Cool, I can't wait now," and Pauline says, "That's cool too."
Yeah, I haven't even. I'm such a horrible YouTuber and investigator. I hope all that stuff comes out because now I've said it twice. I'm like building up this hype, and oh my luck, like the video didn't come out or something. Be like,
No,
I hope it did.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I didn't check any of the footage.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's okay. I didn't even play it back on the camera to see if it came out.
Well, I took a bunch of stills.
Yeah, if all else fails, we got pictures.
Yeah.
Where's Joanne? She's still up?
I don't think so. She hasn't messaged me in about an hour, so I think she must have fallen back to sleep. Ray the Fam, you're up too.
I forget what I titled this. I titled it
I think it was like lights out or power out or something.
Power Out, Now What?
Yep. Something like that. Country Girl Rock Fan is here too. Hello, hello, and welcome, guys.
So I'm just curious. Okay, Ray the Fam and Country Girl, did you just get a notification, or did you see it? Like I think Murad shared it out or whatever. Because if this was like at 30 minutes in, and it seems like when we do live streams, I don't know about you guys when you do live streams, it's like after that first half hour, you get like new people to come in. So I wonder if they, YouTube actually like does another push at it, like a half hour in or something. I don't know. I'm weird. I had it for a while. Oh, the notification you had it for. Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's a car going by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does look like some of the lights from across the ways are not on as much now.
No, they had like a floodlight on or something. So we got some footage too of the barges going up and down the river. I mean, like we're right on this is the Ohio River here, and Muskegon River.
Mm-hmm.
They just converge
Right
not
outside.
too far from here, but
literally right outside.
some of these barges on this river. If you got footage of that coal barge, right? It was huge.
Yeah, they're pretty.
I don't know how they're making that.
I don't know how they steer them. Like they push them from behind, but.
I'll power out. What now? Yeah, that's what I titled it.
Well, thanks.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. I'm at work. I just checked it.
When I checked the notification.
You're at work? Okay, I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at, Ray the Fam? Like, state-wise. What time is it here?
It's 2:49 a.m. here.
What time's checkout?
I think 11 and 12.
I'm gonna have to get a little bit more sleep before we drive home.
Yeah, we will.
We've got about a 3-hour drive.
Ray's in California.
California. Okay.
News. I got itchy nose.
So it's about 11 p.m. 11 or midnight.
Almost midnight there, right?
Yeah. We're on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Eastern time zone. Yeah, so, okay. We went. Oh, man. I tell you what, some of the stuff we get into. We went to a place called the Castle today.
Mm-hmm.
When did I get that call? Oh, it was before we left.
It was before we left.
Before we left the hotel. I get a call from work. And it always happens. Every time we go on a trip, there's always something going on at work. Now, we work for a school district, but I'm the technology coordinator for the school. So
hi, Hannah.
I'm responsible for, all the technology. So I get a call. The power must have went out at work from our maintenance supervisor. Said, yeah, we have water in the locker rooms and everything. I go to the phones, and all the phones are coming up with an error. Thought I'd let you know so you don't have a big problem on Monday. Oh, gee, thanks.
That's sweet.
So I'm actually troubleshooting and taking care of problems at work down here by phone. So we're on this tour at the castle, and I'm like dealing with this stuff through text, and I missed that whole, and we didn't record it, that whole entry video talking about the castle, the history.
Yeah.
I was texting people.
So Hannah says it's 10:50 in the morning in the United Arab Emirates.
10:50 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, it would be.
Say I get calls all the time from work. Also.
I know what you mean. Yep.
It's like I can never just enjoy myself.
It's okay.
So I'm like,
they're used to it.
I gotta step outside, honey, and take this call. Yeah, but
Victorian Canadian
see,
Rich. Hello.
the phone's being down at the school. Well, the internet too now, but the phone's being down at the school would have been ugly Monday morning.
It would have been very, very ugly.
Yeah.
Glad you guys got that taken care of now.
Yeah. And we just put in a new phone system. That's what was bothering me was it's a new phone system and the errors that we were getting. I was hoping the server didn't go out because that would have been ugly. But almost midnight there. We got 8 people in a room.
Yep.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Nice to see everybody. Especially since it's not when
we went out of focus again. There we go.
Not usually when we're on.
So, we started last week covering Point Pleasant, and coming up this week, we might have 4 videos that we're putting out to wrap up Point Pleasant.
Maybe.
So,
If we get
yeah, maybe
all.
we got. I don't have anything recorded.
There's nothing. We have nothing ready. So
we're gonna have to get them. Somebody's going out to their car. We're going to do a video on the State Theater. We're going to do Behind the Haunting, which we did The Curse of Cornstalk. But we're going to do a Behind the Haunting on the Mothman. And then we got a video about the Mothman Museum. And what's the 4th one? I'm always forgetting the 4th one.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was just listening to that really loud car. Like, I can't believe how loud it is. Like, every little sound sounds so loud in a hotel that has no power.
Yeah. So we have 4 more videos about Point Pleasant. We're going to wrap it up with the Mothman because the 21st is actually the Mothman Festival down in Point Pleasant. But next Saturday, we're going to be live with Kay and Matt from Happy Trails Hiking and Lori Bryant. They're coming our way, and we're going to head out to, well, we'll tell you when we're live, but we're going to hit some places with them next week, next weekend. So that's going to be fun. And then the weekend after that, we're going to have a premiere for our Saturday show because we're in a wedding.
Is the next weekend or 2 weekends after that?
2 weekends after that, because the weekend after is National Ghost Hunting Day. That's what we got to figure out how to do. And then 2 weekends after. Yeah. October 5th, we're in the wedding. Yeah. What am I missing in chat?
Nothing. They're just excited. Can't wait for your shows to come out. And that.
Oh, by the way, we hit 2,700. We hit it since our live stream earlier. So thank you guys. Thank you. We did. I don't. It'll probably drop back down, but we hit 2,700. That's the highest we've been so far. Woo!
Yeah, they're talking about whether they can sleep. Victorian Canadian Witch was asking if Fallen Angel if she ever sleeps. And then it was funny because I think it was Murad said, "Sleep's for the tired."
That's right. Get enough sleep when it's time to sleep for like the rest of your life.
I don't know. I like sleep.
Yeah, naps are good.
Naps are very good. So we've got about 45 minutes in here.
Yeah, you want to go an hour?
It's okay. If that's what you want to do, we got about 15 minutes left.
Ray the fam, I'm almost at 1,300. That is
That's
awesome.
I'm curious to see how long the power's out and if they have any reason for it later.
Yeah.
I think they're just banking on the fact that everybody's asleep and they'll just wake up the next morning and they'll be on.
Well, I hope it's back up before we leave because I don't want to carry all this stuff down them stairs.
I came up all those stairs like a little while back. Well, and I went down the last time. I walked up the 5 flights because there was like 7 or 8 people waiting at the elevator, and it's like an elevator for 2. So I definitely walked all the way up the first time that way. Wow,
465,
awesome.
740. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so I was walking up the stairs, and one of the people from the wedding was walking up with a couple beers behind me, and I wasn't going fast enough because I take a long time on the stairs. I'm not like, but I did wait. It was until the fifth, like the 4th to 5th flight, that my like legs started to like I could feel the lactic acid building up in the tops of my thighs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how many more steps is it? I don't.
Oh, that was a workout.
Yeah, especially after we walked 3 miles today already, you know. But it was funny. He's like, it seemed like a good idea. And I'm like, yeah, it sure did, dude.
Seemed like a good idea.
Yeah, so there's this cleaning lady downstairs, and I don't think she's ever off. Like, I've seen her like every time period, like in the afternoon, in the mornings, in midday. Like, I've seen her, and I actually looked at Sean like, oh, well, what about 5, 6 o'clock? I'm like, you see her, right? Because it's just weird that like normally there's like shifts, and I can't like pick out a shift for her. She's like here all the time, and she's always in the same area. Like, you see her, right? Chief Armabul, hello. Welcome.
Is that ticking noise?
I don't hear it. But I have to be like really quiet to hear it. It's really low.
I heard it. Even though you're yapping in my ear, I heard it. Yeah, so the point of that whole rant, we didn't even bring the obelisk in. That would have been.
Yeah, the obelisk would have been cool. I should have grabbed it when I was down there the last time. But we only have half our stuff in here. The obelisk is not one of it. The obelisk I would be okay with using this late at night. I'm not good with doing the SB7. You know? Just gotta be respectful of other guests who actually might be sleeping through this. So Jess is here and says hi. Hello, Jess.
Hello. Yeah, so luckily before the power went out, my phone was like almost dead anyway, so I plugged it in. Now I'm running down the battery. You're at 64%.
I was at 100% when I started this whole power outage thing, but we keep using it as a light and
sucking up the battery.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in for a while. You need to get a couple hours sleep, Murad. It's got to be up at 4 a.m. for work, and it's midnight there. I think you need a nap.
Yeah, go take a nap.
Thanks for stopping in and saying hi.
Yes, thank you. You have a good day at work.
Yeah, Jess says it's weird seeing you two streaming at this time.
I know, this is strange for us.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever streamed at this time,
so,
ever.
Jess, you just came in.
Yeah.
And,
good night. Hey,
yeah,
Ronnie Oakley's here too.
Hey, Ronnie Oakley. We got a text about, well, you got a text about 12:30.
About 12:30, yeah, from my sister who's staying a floor below us.
Yeah. Hey, our power's out. Is your power out? Which woke Marianne up. Mm-hmm. And She woke me up about half hour later and said, "Hey, the power's out. Let's do an EVP session."
Yeah, it was still out. I'm like, well, may
Yeah.
as well do something with our time that's, cool because literally there's no
And
interference.
it's actually kind of cool to do an EVP session when the power's out because you're not hearing like fans and electric motors and all that other stuff.
Hmm.
Uh, you hear every tiny little thing.
Hmm.
So we did about a half hour EVP session and played some of it back, but we don't have headphones. I don't know if there's anything on that or not. And then of course I'm up. I'm up now. I have a hard time getting to sleep unless I'm really exhausted, and then I could just fall asleep just sitting somewhere. But
Which you did here on the couch, and I'm
yeah,
like, hey,
I fell asleep on the
why don't
couch.
you just go lay in the bed?
That's the second time you woke me up tonight.
It is.
So I said, hey, let's go live. Yeah, we normally don't go live at 1:30, 2 a.m. in the morning.
No, definitely not. That's usually Marianne's sleepy time.
Yeah, it's Sean's work time.
That's true. You get a lot of work done while I sleep at night.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because Mary Ann gets chatty when she's tired. Like the beginning of the EVP session, she was going on with this dissertation, and I said, "Will you shut up so we can talk to the spirits?"
You did. It's
Would you
recorded.
just shut up and let them talk?
Yeah, but I was just trying to give them some background. Like, why are we doing it now?
The power's out. The power has been out now for a half hour, and we're here at the Lafayette Hotel, and we're doing this EVP session because the power's out. And just shut up so they can talk. Oh, I love you, dear.
I know you do.
You're just a pain in the butt sometimes.
I love being a pain.
I know.
Yeah.
Keep my blood flowing.
That's right. Just as I've been hearing about a lot of power outages today from various people.
Really?
Interesting.
Well, across the river over in West Virginia, they got power because we could see the lights.
Yeah, we could see the lights
there.
from there. Yeah.
They're here in Ohio, Marietta. Well, I don't know if it's just this hotel or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just surprised that it's been out for like 2.5 hours and like nothing, no changes, no.
Especially a hotel. You think they would have like some kind of priority type service?
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody got hurt and like hit a pole or something.
True. But none of the lights like along the river are on either. Like I noticed, like on this side there were like those security type lights that were up there, and none of them are on this side either. So I'm thinking that it's more than just this hotel, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
So why are you guys up? Can't sleep? I know.
Well, we have some from other areas that it's, morning there already. There's some that it's just getting to be sleepy time. Not sure about everybody, but that seems to be the consensus so far for Jess is just an insomniac.
Yeah. I get that from time to time too.
See, usually like I can
Not
fall
Marianne.
asleep.
She's like out 7, 8 o'clock. She's like curled up.
Yeah,
asleep.
but then like depending on the night, like sometimes he'll wake me up and say, "Hey, why don't you go to bed?" And I'll go in and I'll go right out back out. And other times it's like, okay, now I'm up for like 4 or 5 hours. Chief Armable says, "Can't sleep. I'm a night owl."
Well, see, this is the thing with us too. Marianne is definitely a morning person.
Oh yeah.
And I'm definitely a night owl. I hate mornings. I have been working in education for, this is my 29th year, where you have to be there 7:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I hate it. It's not natural to get up to it and rush, get to work. So I'm a little cranky until about probably 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I've had a couple cups of coffee in me. And, but recently, I don't know, you're starting to turn me into a morning person after what, almost 30 years. So I get a little tired about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I like to come home from work and take a little nap and then have the second half of the day.
Yeah, I know. And like when I get home, I'm not tired yet, but if you're taking a nap, sometimes I'll be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay there and take a nap too.
But then sometimes you go to take that little nap and like the next thing you know it's like "Rah, rah, rah, rah." You missed the whole night.
Yeah.
Starting over.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing we don't have children. Yeah. Missed dinner.
We can handle it.
Mommy, I didn't eat last night. Mommy, Daddy didn't feed me last night. You can see it telling their teacher.
Yeah. I can see sometimes like we'll fall asleep and you'll wake me up at like 8, 9 o'clock and you're like, are you gonna make me something to eat tonight? Just as I could be falling asleep all day long on my feet even, but once it's 10 p.m., I'm wide awake.
Yeah. Kind of like that too. It's like I'm up now. I mean, what time did I fall asleep? About 9?
I think he fell asleep about 9:30.
9 o'clock till
I got you up at I got you up at almost 1.
Okay. I'm up now. No coffee, no nothing. I'm ready to go. Let's go do something. Let's do it. But there's no power. I don't know how much battery life I got left here.
I don't know, but we're coming up close to an hour, so we're gonna be going anyway.
8 to 4:30
8 to
job.
4:30 job, and you can't sleep at night. That would suck.
Yeah. Fridays get a little rough. Come Friday night, after 5 days of
Yeah.
7 to 3 for 5 days straight, Fridays get a little rough.
Yeah, especially since sometimes Fridays we have to work till 7.
Yeah.
And by the time we get home, it's like, okay, we're going to bed now. I'm done. I need it. I need a nappy. I'm done for the week.
Well, this Friday, I was going on adrenaline because we were coming down. We shot down here after work. We came straight down from work. We didn't even go home.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a bad drive down.
No. It's pretty straight, actually.
Yeah, you might be driving home.
Okay.
Straight shot. Not the PA, West Virginia going. If you guys ever drive on the PA Turnpike, you know it's a workout. Especially from Youngstown to about Hershey. It's like, whoa, whoa.
Alright, well, let's just do a recap and then
What are we recapping?
why we're here.
Why we're here. Okay, so we're down in Marietta, Ohio this weekend on our Haunted Travels adventure.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have some companions with us. Mark and Joanne are down here. Joanne is Marianne's sister,
Mm-hmm.
and Mark is our future brother-in-law. Actually, They're getting married October 5th. So they wanted to take a little trip before they got married, and so we decided to come down for the weekend and go hit some haunted places. And we've done a bunch of tours. We started counting up. Maybe we'll work on that here a little bit. How many different places we hit? We have a few more to hit tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And
or later today, I guess.
Later today before we head home. And then this week on our channel, we're going to wrap up Point Pleasant. We do have our new website out there, ourhauntedtravels.com, which is a blog / website. And this trip will be on there. So we do a post when we take a trip, well, after we get back from taking a trip, with kind of recap all the new places we've been to or places we return to is going to be on there. It's going to be kind of like an index for me mainly, so I remember to go back, and then each place, if we have enough, we'll document individually. Like this trip too, we did a ghost walk Friday night with a bunch of places, so they won't be like full week videos to cover. We'll do like X amount of haunted locations in Marietta type thing, and keep them together, because we don't have enough. We didn't go inside the buildings or whatever. But like the Anchorage we went to, we actually went inside that building and did a tour in there for like an hour, right? The castle, we did that. The mortuary museum, did that. Where else we go?
Inside, I think.
Oh, here. Lafayette.
Here. We went inside the SPAC.
So we got about at least four locations that we have enough that we can do a full week of, the 3 videos. The other locations, we'll do like a compilation, or we'll break it up, and we call those our drive-by videos, and those are the ones where you see us like we're in the studio and we're talking about it, and here's a little bit of the history, and then we show some pictures or a little bit of footage, and then we're talking about it, where it's not the full narration.
Right.
Because we actually didn't. We drove by, we just stopped. We were outside. We normally hear about those on either ghost tours or like when we did Toledo, we went to 4 or 5, maybe 6 that we just drove by. We stopped and got stuff on the outside.
Yeah, usually that's also because they're privately owned, or they're not accessible.
Yeah, they don't have tours or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
There we go. There's our recap.
Yep. Victorian Canadian, which says, there's like 5 people in the back alley across from me, just drunk and to the tea loud. Even woke her up. Well, that's exactly, we didn't want to do that. So we didn't do a SB7 or anything. We didn't want to be like those people and bother our neighbor guests across the hall or anything like that. So, all right. Well,
okay, so that pushed us over an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us, and yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you never know. Maybe you
try to get some sleep.
Maybe somebody caught something in the background or something.
Yeah, if you hear anything on this video, please comment it down below.
Yeah.
If you heard anything. Whispers.
Anything besides the 2 of us. Yeah. And maybe the ducks. We did hear someone else.
Yeah, did hear ducks.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Good
Have
night.
a great night. And until next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting.